Okay, in the last couple of days, it is the last couple of days of the Michigan Senate Democratic primary. They're going to start voting next week. Progressive Abdul El-Sayed is backed by socialists and progressives. He is out courting voters today with the help of some progressive congressional members along the way, as some polls show that he holds a lead over Haley Stevens. For more, let's welcome in the Federalist's Brianna Lyman. Hi, Brianna.
Hi, Aisha.
Okay, so according to this recent poll, he's up about 15 points over Haley Stevens. And a lot of, I think, Democrats are freaking out over this because, they obviously want to send this moderate, the centrists, to the Senate. Here he is last night talking about AIPAC and also his name and why he's so electable. Watch.
So I get real pissed off when they say, oh, you're unelectable because your name is Abdul. Because for me, I push back and say, you don't know Michigan like I know Michigan. You don't know Michiganders like I know Michiganders. You don't know what our state needs and deserves like I know what our state needs and deserves.
Brianna, he knows he's got the momentum. In fact, he told a publication that if he can win a state like Michigan, by going against an organization like AIPAC, that it's going to be, quote, catastrophic for the party.
Yeah, and he brings up AIPAC the same way other far-left candidates do, because that's something that really energizes that far-left base. And I do think that El-Sayed is going to win the primary, but it's not because he knows Michigan so well. It's because his base is younger progressive voters, and he just overwhelmingly kills it with them. I think he's up by 42 points against Haley Stevens, whereas Haley Stevens, her strongest base, which is older voters, she's only up by about 10 to 12 points. And that's a problem, right? Because even though in primary votes or primary elections, older voters do tend to turn out, her best base, Stevens' best base, is a narrow margin for her. His base is an overwhelming win, so he very well will likely win this primary this week. But the general election is going to be tougher because he claims he knows Michiganders. He didn't know them in 2018 when he lost Black Michiganders, older Michiganders, suburban women. He lost them to Whitmer because he was too radical. He hasn't moderated, so he doesn't know Michiganders that well.
And I think that's something that Haley Stevens has brought up, too, is that because he has lost in the past, and the fact that Mike Rogers and the GOP, I think, would love to go up against him because he'd make an easier candidate to beat. In the meantime, we'll go to New York, where we've got this beef going on between the darling of the Democratic Party, Zohran Mamdani, versus Obama's former chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel. So Emanuel claims that he confronted Mamdani over his anti-Israel rhetoric. Let's play the sound here.
You chant the river to the sea. I believe both of those lead to perpetual conflict, the greater Israel and the river to the sea. And that's the difference between us. I know where there's a line. You don't. And your policy will lead to perpetual conflict.
Just about a minute left here. I'm interested to know how many more people like Rahm are going to start standing up to that progressive socialist wing of the party.
Well, I don't even think he necessarily stood up that well, right? Saying a few mean words to Mamdani or just saying that what he believes in is not true or fair doesn't mean standing up. Standing up is getting the DNC to back away from these candidates, and they're not doing that. Neither are incumbent Democrats who refuse to publicly condemn socialism, publicly condemn Hamas and the anti-Israel, anti-Jewish movement. So it's going to take actually standing up, maybe someone like John Fetterman, who is unequivocally in support of Israel and the Jewish people of America, for the socialist wing who hates Israel and seemingly hates Jews to feel that impact.
Yeah, it's so interesting because the Mamdani people said that conversation never happened. They were basically saying that Rahm Emanuel is lying here, that he never actually was confronted by Rahm Emanuel. So we'll watch it and we'll see how the Democrats respond after the primary this week. We'll see if anything changes for them. Brianna, thank you very much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thanks so much for having me.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.